We are live on the Highway 420 FM. This is the 86th Ep podcast, episode number 7. Happy Valentine's Day. We are going to be reading your emails, and I'm stoked to get into this because I've been looking forward to this. A lot of my true homies know that I'm a lovable guy, so we are a pro-monogamy podcast, and we like to be straight shooters and shoot for what we want. We're shooting for the moon every time. If not, we'll be up there. So that's always great. And we're gonna get into your emails pretty soon. I just want to do a quick intro and chat a little. I'm excited for this. I woke up this morning and I came out of my bedroom, looked at the podcast studio. I took a smell of the oxygen in my home, and I felt great. It smelled amazing. I went outside with my dog, and I smelled the air, and I could smell the amazing love of monogamy and Valentine's Day. So it was great to experience that, and now I'm going to read your emails. And we've got so many emails. I don't think we're going to read them all on the podcast, but I will respond. I will reply to most of the emails. If they're not spam, then I'll reply. Kobe. I didn't just throw that on the floor. I've got a garbage can conveniently placed next to my couch, between my couch and my printer, so right in between the office and the studio. So, we got that going on. So if you see me throw anything else out, I'm not throwing it on the floor. I'm not making a mess. I'm throwing stuff in the trash. We're a pro-monogamy podcast, but we're an anti-mess podcast. We don't like to make messes. So that's actually a pretty good pun. That's actually a pretty good pun. So without further ado, let's get into your emails. I just have to switch my glasses. Happy Valentine's Day. This week's episode is sponsored by my homie Cringe Daddy and his new enterprise, Wingman Plus. This enterprise is amazing. Have you ever had any questions on how to use Tinder, why you're not getting any matches, and why it's just not working for you? This man will help you transform your Tinder, give you a whole Tinder makeover, and help you get the baddies. It'll help you be more approachable. So with that said, go to the pinned comment or the description, whichever. I'm going to put it in both spots. Go check it out if you're watching it on YouTube. Thank you, Cringe Daddy and Wingman Plus, for sponsoring this week's episode. Happy Valentine's Day. Let's get into your emails. Dear Knuckles, my Korean boyfriend thinks it's okay for his friends to sexualize me. I'm sorry for this to end being this long, but I guess I needed to explain. I'm a Brazilian, and about 3 years I have been living in Korea. And you're writing me from Korea? That's insane. Thank you. Okay, back to the email. It seems like something pretty serious is going on. I met James 2 years ago, but I met James 2 years ago, but We have been dating for only 1 year. Since the start of the relationship, we had set clear boundaries. We had always set clear boundaries and rules regarding our culture. Brazil and Korea have pretty different views, habits, etc. on a bunch of stuff. So to not cross some lines to not cross some lines or come across as offensive, sorry, my neighbor's got some cool music on. It's distracting. Pretty different. Come across as offensive. We always explained stuff to each other, like he taught me how to act act at the table, to not disrespect anyone, how to act regarding PDA on the street. And I taught him things similar, but as a Brazilian, honestly, I had never had any problem regarding this aspect. It was actually one of the first relationships on a different country where the communication was almost perfect. We didn't have any arguments. So they didn't have any arguments. That's pretty good. It's never good to argue. This can sound pretty This can sound pretty paranoid to some people about trying to read and explain every act to each other, but having other relationships with people from other countries really makes this pretty necessary. Now, I never had spoke with James's friends, at least not spent a long time in the same place, just glances when he was leaving to a night out or on parties. But this last weekend, they had come to drink, and I asked James if he wanted to make food for them, since I like cooking. If he wanted me to make food for them, since I like cooking. If he agreed, it would be fun to taste something from my country, so I made it. Good for you. That's awesome. It's always good to make food that's traditional to you, and it's very excuse me. It sounds like it could be a family recipe too. Let's see. The problem is, when I was serving them, they started speaking in Korean, which I understood / talk enough to live. But I prefer to speak in English with my boyfriend. And they were saying pretty vulgar stuff about my body and how I was on the bed. if the stereotype of Latinas being good on sex is true, and so on. My boyfriend would only laugh and sometimes agree. I need to blow my nose. Alright, so my boyfriend would only laugh and sometimes agree. Got to a point. I called him in the kitchen and asked if his friends knew I spoke Korean. They didn't, and I said that I was getting uncomfortable. With all the comments anyway, he said for me not to care since it's something cultural. What an asshole. And normal to sexualize this body type in Korea, and simply shrugged it off and went back to the living room. I went to sleep, and the next day told him once again I was uncomfortable. And even though I may be curvy and my country be more sex positive, and I didn't like that. He again said that it was stupid of me to care about that, and it's cultural. Boys do that. They sexualize Latinas and Americans since all they've seen is skinny people. I still feel pretty disgusted and wondering about if they talk about this. So much behind my back. It's really so much behind. They talk about this so much behind my back. It's really bothering me, but I don't know what to say anymore to him. Is it really normal to sexualize Latina people in Korea? Is it acceptable, HK? I mean, it's not really my place to say if it's acceptable or not in Korea, but wherever you are in the... Where does it say you're from? Okay, so you're from Brazil, he's from Korea. And are you guys... Okay, so you are in Korea. Then I can't really say anything because that's not like... I don't think it's acceptable. I mean, like, we're... Yeah, like, we're... I don't think that's acceptable, you know. I don't think that's acceptable, and I think that if you're not happy with it, if it makes you feel uncomfortable or unhealthy and unsafe, then you should get out of there and find a Brazilian man or even another Korean man that's not such a douchebag, you know? We're going to keep things moving along here. Got quite a few emails to go through, and I don't even think we're going to get through them all in today's podcast. But we appreciate every single email, and we'll try to respond to each and every single one of your emails, even if it's not on the podcast. Hi, Knuckles. My boyfriend of a year and a half has been cheating on me the entire time we've been dating. Wait, hold on. What? These are the kind of emails that I wanted, man. Let's dive in here. I'm just kidding. So she says that her boyfriend of a year and a half has been cheating on her the whole entire time they've been together. I've dated quite a few hoes like that. You can't. We're a pro monogamy podcast. We're a pro monogamy podcast. We're all for monogamy. We're pro monogamy. So, these are the types of emails that we want to help you figure out what your issues are. I don't want to be a marriage counselor or a relationship counselor, but I'm here to read your emails on the air. Like I said, though, we're a pro-monogamy podcast, so let's see where this goes. My boyfriend of a year and a half has been cheating on me the entire time we've been dating. Yesterday I found out he has been sexting a girl on and off for a long time. And I read the messages. Oh my god. Okay, girl. If you know he's sexting another hoe, why are you gonna read the messages? That's just gonna make you even more sad. Trust me. I opened my ex-girlfriend's Tinder. Anyways, it'll just make you more sad, whether you're reading his Tinder messages or you're reading sexting messages with other chicks, it's just going to make you more sad. If you know that it's going on, that's enough. You can cut the fishing hook and let him go, It has been the worst 24 hours of my life, and all I want to do is feel normal. This is especially shocking to me because before this he was an outstanding boyfriend. Excuse me, I apologize. The coffee's really getting to me this morning. This evening. Tonight. This coffee's really getting to me tonight. Giving me some gas. This is especially shocking to me because before this, he was an outstanding boyfriend and constantly talked about getting married and having children with me. We even live together and have pets together. Right now, I am not asking for advice. Then why are you sending me an email if you don't want advice? So she says, right now I'm not asking for advice on breaking up or mending the relationship. So she's not looking for advice on breaking up or mending the relationship. So she's already shut down my advice. But if you could offer any tips, on how to manage my way through the next day or two, that would be greatly appreciated, Knuckles. Well, you've already shut down my advice by saying you don't want advice on breaking up or mending the relationship because those are the only two options. And I think the first one, breaking up, is number one. He shouldn't be sexting people. So you've already shut down my advice, which is break up. So I'm not giving you advice. But thank you for your email. We're going to keep this going. We got more and more emails coming through. It's Valentine's Day. Oh, this one's cool. This one's awesome. So this guy put a subject matter, like he put text in the subject to show subject and the context to his email. So his title is Tables Turned. She asked for my number this time. So that's cool. He got a number, or she got his number. She got his number, yo. Props to this guy. Dear Knuckles, I'm a 24-year-old man. I'm not 6 foot tall or super attractive or anything like you. Oh, thanks, buddy. So I've taken a lot of effort to build a pleasing personality. I practice good conversation skills. And try to make people laugh and feel good about themselves. That's cool, man. I think all of that helped me in this case. Here's the story. I'm at the grocery store doing my weekly shopping. I'm in the produce section getting tomatoes, potatoes, whatever. I turn and my shopping cart is missing. And I look around and I see a blonde woman walking away with my cart. That's cute. She stole his cart. What a thief. I'm just kidding. I go after her, tap her on the shoulder. She turns around. Her blue-green eyes are disarming. I take a second to regroup my thoughts. I realize we were wearing the same exact mask. She realizes she took my cart instead of hers and apologizes in the cutest way possible. That's always sweet when you're talking to a baddie and they realize that they're in the wrong and they apologize and they're actually embarrassed and they want you more. So that's pretty sweet, and it happens naturally, and that's awesome, man. This is a good story. I noticed the mask and start chatting her up. I asked her how her day has been, what she does for work, simple things, felt like she wasn't in a rush and really wanted to interact. I made her laugh. That's good, buddy. It's always good to make the baddies laugh. They love it. The conversation flowed smoothly and effortlessly. The conversation flowed smoothly and effortlessly. We chatted for 15 minutes. Right in the middle of the grocery store, eh? That's always great when you can talk for 15-20 minutes with a baddie in places like the grocery store or Starbucks and stuff like that, right? Or even at the bar, or at a restaurant, it's good when you can talk to a lady for 15-20 minutes in the middle of the grocery store or wherever, it's good, man. Good on this guy. He's picking up the ladies, right? I made her laugh. The conversation flowed smoothly and effortlessly. We chatted for around 15 minutes. Then I said, I'll let you go. I'll let you get back to your shopping, but I really enjoyed our chat. But before I could turn around and push my cart away, she pulls out her phone. Excuse me. Before I could pull my cart away. Excuse me. McDonald's, why does your coffee have to give me so many burps? I mean, it wasn't, I guess I can say it was McDonald's, but I hope they don't copyright it. Copyright infringement, McDonald's coffee. I don't think they can do anything. So, before I could turn and push my cart away, she pulls out her phone and avoids looking me directly in the eye and nervously asks, "Can I get your phone number?" My heart literally swelled and I thought I floated for a second. Played it cool. Prayed I wouldn't fumble her phone and said, sure. We exchanged contact info. We are getting coffee this weekend. Thanks. I mean, sweet. I didn't mean to say thanks, but sweet, buddy. And thank you so much for your email. That's so awesome. This unicorn experience has never happened before to me or any of my guy friends. In case she reads this, or hears this, sorry, in case she hears this, you made me feel really special. I'll forever remember this. It felt magical. I had to send HK an email because I know you listen to the podcast too. That's so sweet, man, and shout out to her too if she's out there listening. He says it felt magical. You made me feel really special. It felt magical. My advice to guys. So he's got advice to guys. He wants to. You need to read. Just be your own. Just be your own authentic self. Really try to get to know her, understand her, and don't do anything if you are expecting something in return. That's cool. His advice to girls: y'all need to shoot your shot more. It's beautiful. That's good, man. I honestly, I think like that whole story is just a huge flex, man. Like, I don't even think I need to give you advice. Like, that's such a big flex. Oh my gosh, and you talked to her in the grocery store for like 15 minutes. Like, props to you, man. Like, I don't even have any advice for you. Like, you just, you took the words out of my mouth, or, like, I don't even know how to respond. Like, you know, like, last time a chick hit on me, I went to buy cigarettes at a grocery store, and the woman said something that was kind of flirty, and it turned out that she had a boyfriend, so that wasn't pretty smart on her part, but it was, you know, I'm glad I didn't pursue it further, because she turned out to have a boyfriend, you know, and I'd rather not be involved with that. But I'm glad that this guy worked out, man, and that she listens to the podcast too, apparently. So that's awesome, man. I hope that yeah, shout out to her, shout out to him. That's awesome, man. Let me know how the coffee went. I'll send you a reply on the email. We'll figure out how the coffee went. We're gonna get into another email. I think this could be the last email. Yeah, I think this is the last email. Alright. Hello, hope you read this. I'm reading this. Hello, hope you read this. This is the story of us. You know, my wife. So yeah, my wife one time forgot her phone and blamed me. Haha, I think it's funny. Okay. You know, family, we went to Wonderland. Wow. We had a blast. That's how it's written. I saw a wizard. He asked me to follow him. He had candy. So, sure, I followed. And yes, indeed, he had candy, but much more. I'm not going to finish this. I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm not going to finish that. I'm sorry. It's a creepy story. Thank you so much for your emails. I actually got to get going because I have a date. But thank you so much. A lot of your emails had to do with cheaters and just, you know, that's, you know, like I said, we're a pro-monogamy podcast, and it seems like a lot of the people writing in are fairly pro-monogamy, and I think that's cool, and I think that they, you know, it's hard to accept, to let go, but also if you have Valentine today, be thankful for that too. Be thankful for that too, because there's a lot of people that don't have a Valentine, and there's a lot of people that are really lonely and stuff. You know, I have a date, but who knows, what if it doesn't go further than that, you know? So, you always gotta be wary. Bottoms up, everybody. I'm getting brain freeze. She said I had to send this hard to go on the date with her. So I'm just trying to get on her level. I might even just cancel the date and swipe on Christian Connections. It's always free. Christian Connections is free. But before you try Christian Connections, try Wingman Plus. Wingman Plus is the answer to all your Tinder questions. So what are you waiting for? The link is in the description and the pinned comment. Thank you, Cringe Daddy and Wingman Plus, for sponsoring the Valentine's Day podcast. So without further ado, I've been your host, High Knuckles. We'll be off the air in 5 seconds. I can see you counting down. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, whatever. Excuse me. Thanks for hitting like. Alright, peace. Happy Valentine's.